Yeah.
This is the particular website we were testing yesterday, and I have been awarded with 700 euros for the bugs yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Right. So let me tell you what were the bugs I have been awarded for till now. Some are pending. Firstly, this one was the misconfigured DMARC, which I already told you that there is a misconfiguration in the DMARC policy. So for this one, I have been awarded 100 euros, and they say if you can please recheck it. Right. So we would recheck it. So you would be amazed to see, na, right? We 100, and today we have all
Yeah,
the
yeah. That's one.
rewards. So we need to recheck it and tell them it's a part of the policy that if everything is fine. So for now, it's still the DMARC reject policy is not enabled. So we need to check that. Still, it isn't fixed. DMARC policy not enabled. You need to give a screenshot again. It's the policy of Yogosha that if you find a bug, you need to retest it for the company and tell them. There are many bugs more pending, and we would find more. We would dig more into this particular website because now we have reported the bugs which were on the very surface level. I tell them, and for the clickjacking, they rewarded me 300 euros for this particular bug. And this failure to invalidate session is in review. Let's see what they say about this particular thing. It's in review. And for this iframe, I found a iframe which would lead to internal ssrf. They rewarded me 300 euros for this also. And this one is pending. It's some other sort of bug. Let me refresh this thing to see the latest notifications, then we would start hunting right away. So it's also being reviewed. Let's see what they would reward for this. Most probably it would be marked as a low if they accept it. I don't know that what exactly they would do for this particular thing. And one more thing that comes to my mind is mtasts bug. It's very important, and we should check this one as well if they are rewarding for dmarks. So yeah, for mtsts we have a slight chance that they would accept it as well. So what we would do, we would take the domain name right from here and put it up here. If the mtsts is missing, we would submit another bug right here. It's up to them how they treat it, but we should report every bug. It's right here. I would make a new report. Let me grab this thing mtsts. It's a security misconfiguration. Scope url would be same as others. And yep, this would be the scope url. Now they are asking for abstract of the bug, so this is the exact bug condition. You need to edit it a bit, like the domain name right here, which is this particular domain name. Then you need to tell the steps of reproduction to them. Then the domain name, again you need to tell that over here. Then remediation would be proper MTA STS policy implementation. And here I would give a picture of the POC, and CVSS would be low somewhere. They would adjust it accordingly. I reported it, and let's move on to the other bugs now. They have mentioned that you need not to look out for these bugs, rate limits, and error messages, IP spoofing, rate limiting, and all that stuff. I have already raised the invoice for this particular thing. There's nothing in my USD wallet, I guess. Yeah, it's all in euros, and here's it generally reaches this particular mail of if it would reach, the payment would be like this properly. General If I look out for it earlier, if I because I don't hunt much on these platforms, it generally reaches here. The bank account details you can always give them, just telling you the procedure how it's being done. Now if we start hunting, so here's my account, and let's test a few things right here. So if I generate a forgot password mail from here and I am not using it, right, let it reach my inbox, and I won't be using it. We got more. I don't know for which they have reverted the step for a particular submission. Because it wasn't fixed na, so that's why they took the back. It moved back to the previous step, and it says one more submission is accepted. I don't know which one is accepted now. It's not showing right here. We would see when the money reaches us. Over here I can't be really predictive about these things, that what is accepted, what's not be accepted. We have the forgot password link right here. What the bug I'm testing is, for example, I logged in right here. See, no one is very transparent like I am in the hunting process. I never hide anything, I never hide my payments. It's all real time, so that you even have a clarity that how things are being done, how everything is over here. So if I go to my account, my personal information, I change the mail right here. I change the mail over here along with my current password. I click on update. It should be changed most probably. All right, it's changed. And if I go right here, It's asking for a new password. I given a new password. It says you must specify an email address. Now this problem could be overcome. If I believe that this problem, I could try overcoming this problem. That if this is the particular URL which is responsible for changing the password, if I enter a new password right here and I click on record, the email thing is empty. If I enter any mail over here, it should say the email not exist. Right, it says the email doesn't exist. All right, but if I enter the mail which I have changed, how does it react? It says the password token is mismatched. That's pretty right for the configuration settings to be that the password token is mismatched. If it didn't behave like this, so it would have been a bug, but it's behaving in the right way, so it's not a bug. All right, so from here I would be very precise on what I'm hunting, because the upper bugs which we were hunting, we have looked at it all. Hum sub we have hunted for every bug right here. So my point over here is now we need to dig in deep to find the bugs, because in this way we won't be finding much bugs which is rejected by them. Which bug is rejected by them? Let's see. Maybe the failure to invalidate session one. Okay, so the weak password reset implementation is closed, as they say it's out of scope, but a lot of companies accept it. It's fine, it happens, it's not a problem, it's fine. And all right, so we would be very precise that what we are hunting now. Now we need to log in again. There is a registration function. If I try adding on a mutation of the account, for example sidana.arman 2003 at the rate gmail.com, and in the first name I try giving like this, does it allow? It says invalid first name. But if I URL encode this, now I'm trying all odd things in order to see what we can achieve out here. I need to encode like what we can achieve out of it. So that's why I'm trying everything right here. Encode. So it encoded this particular thing into a, I don't know if it would be allowed or not. Okay, it takes it, and if I write Sedana, I would see how it's being executed at the back end. Because if it takes it as a plain text, it's of no use to us. But if at any pace it's being executed, we need to see that. I am choosing my password and the date of birth. All right, if I clear this http history, create account, here's a reCAPTCHA. Now if I try bypassing the reCAPTCHA over here, I delete this token, it should show an error to me. Let's wait for the response to come up. We are only seeing a request for now. In the response, it says invalid reCAPTCHA. It's detecting that we are trying to bypass the reCAPTCHA. There are three mutations of bypassing the CAPTCHA. We would try all those three mutations. That first mutation we have tried, where we delete the token. Here we would delete the token along with the parameter, like this. If the CAPTCHA is strongly implemented, it won't like affected much, but if it's poorly implemented, it would be a bug. Most probably we would get an error again. Yep, we get an error, so that it means we can't bypass the CAPTCHA at this particular stage. So I click on create account. It would load a new CAPTCHA. This is a particular request. I won't hamper it now. Okay, it says we can't complete your request, please try again later. This could be due to the continued failed attempts. If I try logging into my account, it says your account sign in was incorrect, or your account is disabled. But I guess I had changed my email, so I need to enter this mail in order to log in. Official @gmail.com. It's not allowing me in. Okay, so a lot of things are being reviewed at the same time. I'm literally confused, to be very honest. Reset my password. Let's reset the password, then we would look at this particular things. I need to show you this aspect also of hunting, because it's very important to understand this aspect as well. There could be a secondary reason also, that in here we are using UK thing, UK staging environment. It might not be configured that way. So it's a major reason, because how I come to determine that is, if you go for from here, for example, if you go over here, so they are only allowing the French staging environment. This plays a very important role, because at the back end everything isn't the same. So you should focus on this as well. Now if I see what new things we have got over here, so they have adjusted a lot of CVSSs right here. So for these ones, Yogosha, okay, it's for another some other program. It is not the same program. It's for the Leban coin. So this was for that particular program. They rewarded us for one bug, and for others they are saying it's of no severity. It's up to the company's perspective. We can't say much that why is it so kyun kya kaise, it's not that thing. So for that it's closed, it says not a bug. For this says not a bug, right? And for this misconfigured demarc, it's accepted. Okay, for weak password implementation, it says duplicate. Means someone reported it before us. That's why it's marked as a duplicate. It's bad, yeah. It's bad, to be very honest. Means someone took our money. No worries. Then there was clickjacking. It's accepted. Failure to invalidation is in review. This is they are seeing, and it's fine then. For everything we have seen that, yeah, how they are treating the reports. Hmm. So let's close this particular thing. Like negotiation is the most important aspect of this particular thing. If you don't know how to negotiate, you can't do anything, because these companies won't pay you anything if you can't manipulate them. So I was trying to create the mutations of the account sidana.arman2003 at the rate gmail.com, and in the first name I was trying to put this encoded stuff to see how it would be executed at the back end. India, no, so country is France. I am keeping a password right here. If I accept all these things, over here there is a reCAPTCHA token too. Now this time I would delete some things of reCAPTCHA and place a null byte over here, percentage 00. I see the response to this request. It says 500 internal server error. Means this functionality is also safe. Create my account. A response to this request. It says we couldn't complete your request. It means it's not allowing the mutations for sure. All right. So if I try logging into this account, sign in. It's signed me in. Now we would test very carefully that what exactly can be done. Over here there is a store locator endpoint where you can locate the stores. Store locator. And the previous bug we tested out here, for which we get the bug, is this particular thing, in which it was a similar concept where there was this parameter event place. If I try putting this parameter over here, how does it react? Basically I need to see that. So it's not reacting the same way. Store locator, store place, it's not reacting the same way. So that means this parameter is of no relevance right here. If I click on call, uh, what it says, okay. If I click on search, or I try changing my name from here, personal information, I use this encoded stuff in my name. So for name change, the password is not required, I guess. Yeah, for name change, the password is not required. How does it react? If it gets executed on the front end, then only it's of, it says first name is not valid. It's detecting after the encoding that the first name is not valid. If I write over here bing.com and then encode it, it's not encoding this particular thing. Encoding of dot. So we can see over here how dot is characterized. So the encoding dot is percentage 2e. So if I need to write over here bing percentage 2e com, if I would try this, it would should give an error again because dot should not be allowed at the backend, as I guessed. Then the change password functionality. Now I would try to keep a password which is very long. The 10k DOS string. It has 10,000 characters. I put it up over here. It's showing some error. Now over here, what I would do, I would just keep a short password. Alright. When I would capture this request right here, I would make it very big. It's asking for current password over what it has over here. The mail, the CRM ID, the first name, last name, the ID right here, postal code, region ID. We can test a lot of things over here as well. Employee notification is, it says it's false. What do you test that? I fill in the new password as this particular thing, a very big string. It would show an error, most probably that we don't take this much big string as a password, but we let's see how it reacts. Yeah, invalid JSON body stack. It says it's invalid. If I write my current password, I enter a new password. Let me open my virtual box so that I can see for other things as well. Let's see how many bugs are reported on this particular program till now. You can see that too in the activity section. 15 bugs are reported. This person got a 50 kudos for one bug only. That means he got a high level bug accepted. 3 duplicates. Accepted reports are 4. That's great. That's great. The kudos are great for this particular person. Let's keep hunting. Because these things, when we hunt now, we see that no, we can't find anything else than this. But as soon as we go much deeper, dig in deeper, we find more things. That's the case right in these things. Kali. So this was the particular request I was saying, that if I click on this, we capture this request and I drop this request. But if I take this request right here, and here is the ID parameter. Generally the ID parameter na, it's like vulnerable to SQL injections. So it would start to hunt after this. There is a WAF for sure in this particular state. By the time it's hunting, we would see another things. As soon as we start the scanner, these things are like started to give the errors. It's a major problem with this thing. That as soon as I start the automation, it starts behaving very differently. Hmm. No worries, we would test with this particular VPN. We would test it internally to overcome this problem. Generally, it's recommended if you are testing on a such program, you should use the VPNs. But the Kali environment is always a little slow than your main environment, so that's why I don't prefer it much. But yeah, let's see this. We are connected with the VPN at the back end. And it should not cause any issues for us. VPN changes a lot of things that sometimes, if it's a testing environment, you don't get rate limited in the VPN environment. It helps you a lot in your analysis. For example, if I open the target right here, it would open. I guess due to some other issues, it's like what's written. Okay, if I continue using rate limits, it shows like, yeah, you can't do it much, stuff like that. All right, so I would create a new account. By then you should always have two accounts while testing. Then Arman Sedana. The number is nowhere used, so I can enter any number. It hardly matters. I choose a password. Then if I click on create account, it should not stop me. It gives a 200, okay, along with this JWT, the CRM ID, and a lot other things right here. Our account is created. If I look at this, it won't show us anything. Now there was a request which I initially saw It was right here in the awards, and a referral, a unique code. This point was like a get request which you can use. At that time, this was getting filtered by a lot of WAF and all. If I use that asterisk right here, then test for it, we would see how it reacts. It says it's protected by AWS WAF. If I go to this product, now we need to find the bugs right here in this product section. It says your new 20 points are entered, and it says I connect. So what is this token for? I need to see what is this token for. The I connect token. In order to see that, I need to run it. Okay, if we see the response to this request, it just contains a campaign automatic email. There's nothing like it could take you to the original account. There's nothing like that. And we didn't got any other mail out of this particular thing. And this particular tool is doing its job. If I say it's 50 ml and the price is 33 euros, there is an option to give it a review. This option would be really great if I could play a lot with it. I would try playing with it. That here there's an option to give a review. If I click on this, it mm, it should load something. That what you need to give the review for. Here there is the review thing. I guess it's some sort of externally managed. Not exactly, no. Alright, so if it's externally managed, then it would be good for us. Not good for us, but if it's internally managed, we can escalate it to a lot of things. If I click on submit wish, it's internally managed. We can add images and videos, but it's not giving the option of that. I click on submit. It's taking some time. I guess it's not internally managed, because if you clearly see out here, it's for some other domain, the bazaar voice, which has nothing to do with our concern. We can add the images right here, but it would be on the bazaar voice itself, which is a third party, to be honest. So for third party things, I don't think they would be accepting it. There are reviews about this particular product, but we can't do much about this thing. Here there is a review, we can like it. What other thing we can do is, if I try translating it, okay, we can report it. So here I could try some bugs. If I report it now, reporting feature can make it internally acceptable, just because let's say this is the report, I reported it and it's finished, right? I reported that particular thing, but it's still over here. That particular review would still be here even though I reported it. But if I go in here, I reported it again and again, means I use a intruder, go to positions, use null payloads 100 times, and I click on it. If it doesn't has a rate limit, so due to regular reporting, most probably in some cases this comment might be deleted. Because generally what happens if a particular review is reported again and again, I don't know, in social media apps it's a feature that if a particular review is reported again and again, but as such rate limits are out of scope. So if I click on this like button, I click on this like button, it might gain 1 like. If I repeat it, would it gain 2 likes? I'm waiting for it. If I refresh this thing, did it gain 2 likes? No, it only has 1 like. If we can, okay, I guess 1 1. If I again do it, no, it's only 1. That might be like the content ID. If I put a colon right here, but the SQL injection on this particular domain won't be helpful for us, just because why I'm saying that is that it's a third party managed thing, they won't be accepting it. So yep, if we focus on these particular functionalities, let me close this up. Hmm. If I focus on these many functionalities like the price manipulations and all, then only we can find something. Okay, so they are reviewing a lot of other things. We might have got another things. They rejected one more report. Let's see which it is. So for this particular thing they are reviewing it, the MTSTS, they are reviewing it. For this particular thing, so they say you can try placing an order with a demo credit card. I would say that yeah, I would try doing that. For the other things, for this I said call Yogosha. For this also I said Yogosha. For this particular thing, failure to invalidate session on password reset. This is a bug, yeah, guys. To be honest, they say they have 100 minutes. In 100 minutes, though, a person would do a lot of things with that particular account. To be very honest, he or she can do a lot of things. So they say, if you want to get this particular thing acknowledge, you need to place an order with the demo credit card. So let's do that with the demo credit card. So the bug I was testing right here is there is a product known as, if I go right here, go to my account, I go right here in the loyalty program, I say choose my gifts. So if I click on choose my gifts, I add this, but I change the stock keeping unit to 414, which is of this particular unit, which is blocked. So I'm able to test it. Next, now as such, it doesn't allow me to do anything. Hmm. Choose. If I try to pay like this, it shows me an error. So what I would do, I would try putting in some other product as well. Right here, it says it doesn't exist. Cream. If I go back, a white threw me out of my account due to rate limit or some sort of stuff like that. Let's see. Alright, so if I write over here a cream, it says no results. I need to add something into the cart to prove the impact to them. Let me click on this. So the total summary is right here. With this particular gentle care shampoo and this particular thing. So if I click on next, I say I want to use a bank card. So it asks for a number, which is right here. It's a testing platform, so we can test it. 03 2020 03 2020. But 20 is gone now. How would I, how it would accept 2030, right? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
30.
30. So 30, safety code is 7373, blah blah. If I click on this, it's a testing environment. So if it gets placed, it would be a bug, but if it doesn't get placed, it won't be a bug. If I try modifying it a bit, I'm seeing due to that particular thing, it's causing an issue, or it's like that only. I'm just seeing that. Um, For this it's accepts. Let me get the contents of this particular thing, then I would manipulate it according to me. Okay, so I understood the logic a bit, that if I choose, if I like do this particular thing, so it blocks me just because I guess it uses some negative values. That's why I'm getting locked. Because if I write over here 414 intercept response to this request, over here it's of 100 points. Points used, I change it to 1. 1. Alright, so I change it from 100 to 1. I let it go. Let's see how it reacts now. It says like this: if I enter something like this too. So in these cases now we need to find mutations of things, like how you can break the logic. For example, firstly I added this particular thing, right? On addition it says -1 point. That's pretty fine. If I click on 1 plus, then now it says quantity 1 cart item UUID. Okay, it's now like saying cart item UUID. If I don't edit it, how it reacts? It deducts 2 points. Alright, it's behaving differently a bit. Okay, I got the logic of this particular thing. I won't use this request, I would keep it safe. Then use this request, that's 414. Response to this request, my Kadoli points use, where it's written 80. Nothing, there's not written 80. My Kadoli points used is 1. Then if I move ahead 1, that if we move ahead from this particular thing, gift card amounts value used is 0. From where the concept of 80 comes up, that's what I'm seeing. 20, either it's like configured from the backend that this is how you need to treat it. That's what I'm figuring out, because on in order to break the logic, so it says gentle care shampoo -1 point, if I'm getting it right. No, as soon as I refresh it says the same. But what if I got it that I can manipulate this thing. If I manipulate it in this format that 414 responds to this request. Instead of 100, I write like this 1 1. It it says -1 point. That's pretty fine. If I click next on it, I need to keep a watch on all these things, because as soon as this endpoint, if any in any value it goes like -80, we are gone at that particular moment. And the endpoint is my fidelity points. So it says your current point is 20. That's fine for now. So we need to keep a eye on each and everything. Response to this request. Here if it says 80, we need to see. Alright, for now there is no request which is doing like which could disrupt our flow. Once we place the order, give them the order ID, we are gone. Like our work is done. But we need to keep manipulating it till then. Once we got the flow, everything is cool. We just need to be very precise about these things. If I click on place order, it says we couldn't complete this order, but as soon as I would go back, it would show me that your this particular thing is used -100 points thing. Okay, there is a way that I remember it, a way that I used to track this particular thing is, now see carefully, that if I add this particular item in here, it might get added -1 point. But if I write the quantity -1, how it reacts? It says could not add this particular thing to this particular value. mm, I'm figuring out a way to deduct these points from here. How I can do that? I'm figuring out that thing. uh, so we need to find a alteration point here only. So they have a proper backend check. They are saying it right. The triager is saying it right that at the backend they have a proper check for this particular thing. That what you are ordering, what you are not ordering. But I have a certain thing in my mind that this is the shampoo I was looking for. I added from here. Just testing. I don't know how much viable this particular thing would be. Then I have saved that request now. Yep. Now I go to my loyalty program, rewards and benefits, choose my gift. Over here I would add this shampoo again. I would use this. I would add it again. 414. The cart ID is this. You need to modify your cart ID right here, and you need to modify your order ID. I change it to 60. Just for a example, I'm changing it and I added this up. Now at the payment stage, it gave me the previous time it gave me a certain error that we can't process this payment. I am trying to bypass that particular thing. And this is the last bug I'm going to test for today. So if I click on this, so the CVV was 7373 7373. If I do this thing, there would be a cart ID as well, if I'm not wrong. Here it's not reflecting, but I say a response to this request. In the response, it would show me an error. But what if I replace that error with this? True. Cart ID was this which I mentioned. I don't know if the order is placed or not, but if it's placed, it would be a bug, otherwise, it's not. It's not, guys. They have a proper security at this particular thing. That's all.